Welcome back to another episode of the Spiritual Sisters podcast. This is Gabrielle Celeste, Spiritual Barbies, Spiritual Kens. I'm so excited. I feel like I say this every episode, but I'm actually really excited about this. And I was about to tell our guests prior to recording how this particular topic came into my field, but I kid you not. I was literally thinking about it. I was like, damn, I really want to cover energy tapping, also known as EFT tapping. And then I had a session with Kelsey, and then Kelsey, our guest today, who I'm about to introduce and pass it over, quite literally, I was like, wait, it just kind of makes sense. Like, she booked a session. I was like, she needs to come on the show. So we're talking about tapping today, friends. So I would love for you to welcome Kelsey White, who is a subconscious rewiring coach, speaker, and host of the podcast Unfucked with Kelsey White. After years of feeling stuck, self-sabotaging, and trying every traditional personal development tool with little to show for it, she discovered the missing link, her subconscious mind. By blending neuroscience, psychology, spirituality, and EFT tapping, Kelsey reprogrammed the limiting beliefs that once held her back and created quantum leaps in her life and business, moving from 5 years of procrastinating to accomplishing all of her goals in less than 90 days. Wild. Hand clap. Now Kelsey helps high-achieving women break free from perfectionism, people-pleasing, and the fear of failure so they can build businesses and live lives that they are wildly obsessed with an audience of over 35,000 on TikTok. So cool. Kelsey is on a mission to prove that you can be, do, and have whatever the fuck you want in this life as long as your subconscious mind believes it is possible for you. Kelsey, welcome. Hi.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
I just love how this all came together, which we're totally going to get to, like how we crossed each other's paths. But before we get there, we like to play this little game with our guests. And you kind of have a preview, but actually, guess what? I am throwing in two questions you didn't know about.
I may have listened to an episode today, so I feel like I have like a little bit of an inkling of what they could be. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, she's prepared. She has a heads up.
Yeah, we tried. We tried our best.
Yeah. Okay, Kelsey, what are your big three in astrology?
Okay, so I am a Pisces sun, a Scorpio moon, and a Virgo rising.
Oh, wait, Pisces.
Yeah, you know all these. You know this better than me. You're the expert on that.
Did I tell you this in our reading together? I'm sorry, I don't mean to lie. That the most challenging karma to have, like the zodiacal signs, therefore placements, but typically associated with the suns, are Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces.
Perfect. I mean, it makes sense. Our last reading, you just kept looking at me and you're like, yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm like, oh, she's looking at me with sympathy. This is not good.
But you know what? I feel like everything you've accomplished, like for what you've experienced in this lifetime, you got to give yourself credit and pat yourself on the back because you're doing it, girl. So yeah, but all our Virgo, Pisces, Scorpio placements, I'm so sorry. Also, we recorded in like the exact like eclipse season, which was direct hits to your Virgo Pisces placements, which and also like anytime, okay, so this is like another preface. I promise I'm gonna get to other questions, you guys. Anytime I have a client reading, specifically if it's like astrological or if it's intuitive, usually I do it for both. I partner up my chart, it's called the synastry chart, with whoever I'm reading for, just so like I can see like, oh, like how did we attract one another into each other's field. So I feel like that's really cool. But yeah, like I have placements in all of the signs. So I say this to just say that I empathize with you and
and
your struggles.
Check on your friends with these placement signs.
Okay. So next question. What is your human design makeup?
Okay, so I'm a reflector, and then I actually had to go back and look at like the little numbers or whatever, but it's a 6-2 reflector.
Oh.
So apparently there's only 1% of people are reflectors.
Mm-hmm. You're a conscious reflector. So you present as, wow, okay, so what's that like?
She's like, well, apparently all of the energy centers are open. That's what it said.
Mm-hmm. You basically take on other people's energy and you mirror it back to them.
Yeah. So when I didn't have like a specific reading for that, but a different reader is like super into human design and was talking to me about it. They were like, yeah, so basically you absorb everyone's energy and you trigger a lot of people. because you just reflect back to them the environment or like the state
Mm-hmm.
of being. I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense. Like, this is just tracking with like everything that's happened to me up until this point. But I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea it existed until she mentioned it to me.
Do you feel like that's valid and true in the sense of like you do trigger people, but also you have to acknowledge, especially with all the Piscean, the water placements, that like it has nothing to do with you?
Yeah, I think that for the first like 30 years of my life was something that I didn't understand. And I was like, what is like, why don't people like me? And I was so stuck in people pleasing. And then obviously healed from some of that and learned more about human design and was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
problem is not always me. That's actually a relief
Mm-hmm.
because I was always looking and being like, what did I do to make that happen? Like what did I do to make them feel uncomfortable? Because I can read their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's very easy for me. Like you change your tone of voice, I'm like, oh, they're mad or they're upset or something's wrong and maybe they don't even know it yet, but like you can feel it.
Yeah.
So I think that part, like the highly sensitive part, is resonated with me so much.
Yeah.
But now it's almost like I can transition and use it to my advantage instead of having it deter me from being able to be myself.
Yeah. God damn it. These Pisces placements. Like
I know.
basically like you're and everything you just said, I was like, yeah, you're feeling it on a well, for you, it's conscious and subconscious level.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And do you believe in soul contracts?
Oh yeah, I live by it.
Girl, this is going to be a long podcast. Okay. So all the time I learned about this and it was like the bus stop theory or whatever, but I can't remember what book it was in. Basically, all of these souls are at a bus stop before they come to Earth and they're like, oh, I chose that I'm going to do level 10 forgiveness. And the souls are like, wow, that's a really high level of forgiveness. Like, what are you going to have to go through on Earth to experience that type of lesson? And they're like, oh, like I don't know, maybe I'll have to get into a car accident and like all of these like outrageous things. And it kind of helps you like look at it and be like, oh, there was a grand plan for what I'm going through here on Earth.
Yeah.
Like it just gives you perspective on struggle. So I'm kind of like, okay, it's my soul contract. I just really got, I didn't read the fine print, obviously, when I came to Earth. Like this is just what's happening now.
But you know what? It makes sense that tapping resonates for you so deeply. And also the fact that, like, and this stands true for anyone, the fact that you have the opportunity to even become aware of what soul contracts are, to understand that this is like by a higher level design, like beyond like any of our capability to basically like mastermind these blueprints that we're living out in real time to become conscious. It really is
Yeah.
a gift. So I think you're doing a great job. I can't wait to hear the background on your story though. So thank you for sharing that. Okay. 3 more questions.
Okay.
What are you consuming? Podcasts, books, audio, TV shows, all the things, TikTok creators.
Everything. So I used to be such a consumer because I wasn't creating.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm in like the creation stage of starting a podcast and starting a business and starting a TikTok, I really haven't had a lot of time to like listen to other things or watch other things.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's more, I'm not doing those things because I'm pouring all of my energy into making my own content.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even like a lack of interest or anything like that. It's just that I literally don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm having a lazy day and I want to binge watch something on Netflix, we're rewatching Scandal.
Scandal. Okay.
Oh, so good. Have you ever seen
I
it?
haven't seen it, but I know like the
Oh
premise of
my
the show.
God. Yeah, it's really good.
Is the
So
affair
good.
between her and the president worthwhile? Right? We're talking about the same
You're
show?
gonna like, so do you form like emotional attachments to
Yeah,
characters?
I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, then don't watch Scandal.
Okay.
Then don't, because you're gonna be like, oh my God, and then this happened, and you're like, why am I sad about a TV show? Like, I
Yeah.
need to get a grip right now. Yeah, the writers knew what they were doing. Great, great writers.
But I also wonder too, as a reflector. So I'm an unconscious reflector in human design. Didn't know that until about a year ago, which means like I hold up the mirror, but like you're more. There's like a difference between conscious and unconscious in the terms of like how
Okay.
you move about it. At least in human design, this is my understanding. It makes sense that you form these emotional attachments because like you're a sponge, you're taking it all in on all levels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've gotten better about it now, but I'm like, damn, I need to stop thinking about this television show. Like, I know these people. Like, this is crazy. So I don't really watch TV that much, but if I do, I'm binging Scandal for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. So all of our scandal people out there, let us know.
Shout out.
A shout out. Okay, so second to last question for the rapid fire questions. If you could work with any client, and it doesn't matter, person, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Like I'm offering my services to them or I'm
Yeah,
partnering with them.
either.
Okay, so I would want to partner with Joe Dispenza
Daddy
because
Joe.
of all of Daddy Joe, Daddy Joe gang. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mainly because of all of his access to the equipment where he can monitor brainwaves. So
Mm.
for tapping specifically, they have like neuroimaging studies where you can see certain parts of the brain like deactivate and they're fear centers in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get into this later, but basically you can look at what's happening from a neuroscience level. I want to be able to do that to look at new neural pathways form and new neural pathways or old new neural pathways prune and weaken. But I
Mm.
want to see it real time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have experiences with tapping where I see a change literally overnight or
Mm-hmm.
my mood changes like that. Or I tap, I want to be lucky, I'm the luckiest person alive. And then the next day, somebody offers me an umbrella in the rain, right? Like these things have all happened to me. And I'm like, dang, I wish I could prove that for the critics
Mm-hmm.
with like hard science.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Joe Dispenza would totally be that person to bridge the gap for that because he
And
has in his own work for meditation.
yeah, it's so so okay. So where I live, because you had
Like
asked me
full
where,
circle.
yeah, full circle. Okay, that was partner. Wait, I want to. Is there anyone that you would like to offer your services to? I'm sure there are plenty that need it.
Like everybody. Um, I really want to work with NBA athletes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I would really like to go into a professional sports organization and figure out what limiting beliefs they hold at the subconscious level and see if any of them are preventing them from winning championships, advancing their franchises, stuff like that. Like that would be end game for me, like the coolest thing ever, something I've wanted to do, work with athletes, big athletes like that since I was little,
Dang.
but never in this space.
We had like kind of a similar topic come up. Oh my God. We're 12 minutes. I was like, Gabby, you got to get it going. Okay. But I'm excited about this. So, okay. We had talked about this prior to the Super Bowl this year. And my sister, she does a lot of like subconscious reprogramming work, the Nicole Christine. And she was talking about like, what do you think like them walking out, like even before they walk out to like the biggest game of their lives, if assuming many of them only get to play that once, but like what's the mental prep? Like what are they doing? Like I'm like, do they have like coaches like in this holistic wellness space? Like some of them I believe have to. Like Aaron Rodgers, he's a little bit off the deep end, but I'm curious if like they have these resources made available to them either like through the organization or for themselves, because I could see it being very supportive, especially in that type of environment.
Yeah, 100%. They have like Tim Grover is very, very well known. He was Michael Jordan's.
Mm-hmm.
He was his physical trainer, but
Mm-hmm.
he's way more in the mindset space now. But yeah, I mean, they have access to that. I think a lot of it is more conscious work, though. They're doing
Mm,
visualizations related to the sport they're playing and what they're expected to do the day of, like all of those performance tools. But I don't think they've made the bridge or transition into actually looking into stuff into the subconscious, which is crazy to me because it's controlling the majority of our life.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. 95, that's the iceberg analogy. It's like 95% of the subconscious mind, 5% is only the conscious mind. So it's like there's so much there underneath that's developed between, the ages of 0 to 7. So that's, oh, okay. You're having me, you're getting me thinking. Okay. All right. Final questions.
Like,
My brain is just shooting off. I live in my mental. It's not, I don't know if it's so healthy, but anyways, not here to judge. Final question. If you could go to, you could go to the concert for any artist living or dead, who would it be and why?
okay, so I totally got all these questions from the podcast I listened to before this. Let's go. Um, I've had more time to think about this than most people
Mhm,
probably,
mhm.
but I think I would want to go back to Britney Spears, but like in her prime. Like
Oh,
when Baby One More Time dropped, I want to go to that concert, but I want to go as me now,
yeah.
not like 5-year-old Kelsey who is awkward. I want to go like as me now to prime Britney.
I just need the people to like not even like buy into this or see it my way, but just think this. If made a comeback, if Britney like were to get healthy, like she'd take all these bitches out. She is the blueprint
Oh,
for
it's
a
over
pop
for them.
star.
Think about like Cardi B, Britney collaboration.
Oh, goosebumps. I could,
Are you
oh,
kidding?
like no competition. Brittany, oh, poor Brittany, pobrecita.
Britney probably has the same Virgo placement as us. Let's go.
She lives right over the hill from where I'm at. I'm not even
Poor
kidding.
Britney.
Poor thing. She's kind of, oh man, her chart, it was like, it makes you wonder, did she agree to this in this lifetime? But when you look at her being an imprisoned slave to the work, to men, it makes sense. So damn, that's a good question.
Dang.
We haven't had Britney Spears as an answer. Love that. Okay, Kelsey. So we're vibing, all the things. Please let us know how you got into this work. Tell us all about EFT tapping. And yeah, I just kind of want to share real quick is that I'm very interested in this topic and I know it works. And I have my own resistance to it, the same way I had
Mhm.
resistance to meditation. But it's because anytime I'm feeling that resistance, I know that I'm supposed to be doing it and investing more time because it's going to allow me to move into that next level of consciousness. So I would love to
Yep.
hear your story and how it's benefited you, my Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think I should explain what tapping is first and then kind of explain how I got into it? Would that make more
Yeah,
sense?
sure.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are hearing about EFT for the first time, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. For short, it's EFT tapping. Basically, what you're doing is you're tapping on different meridian points in the body. They're the same ones used for acupuncture, but they are energy centers. And when you tap, you're also repeating statements. A lot of these times, these statements are negative or limiting beliefs. And when you do this, when you tap and you repeat those statements at the same time, what you're doing is you're sending a calming signal to your nervous system and to a part of your brain called the amygdala, which is a fear center. So you're letting your body and your subconscious mind know that it's safe to actually feel those old emotions that have been trapped in your body because they were trapped at a time when you were not old enough or you did not have the tools to healthily process those emotions, which is most of our society, right?
Hmm.
So we're holding on to all of these old emotions, old limiting beliefs, and old energy. And when we tap, we actually open those energy centers up and allow our subconscious mind and our body to let go of them. And when we do this, we can feel a release. It can be yawning. Sometimes people cry. Sometimes people burp. Like everybody is different. But typically, after the tapping session is over, you feel better, right? So the premise is that all of these limiting beliefs, all of this old energy, all of these things are subconscious blocks that are actually preventing us from getting what we want. So for me personally, it was number one, making me depressed, right? Like I didn't feel great when I had all of these trapped emotions and limiting beliefs. But number two, it was causing me to procrastinate, or I would finally see success and then I would self sabotage and be right back at square one because my body didn't think it was safe to change.
Mm. How did you discover EFT tapping?
So honestly, I think that it was more on social media.
Mm. Hmm.
I remember being like heavily unhappy at one of my really good jobs that I should be grateful for, basically, in medical device sales. And I saw a post on Instagram and it was 8 hours of the physical work is 1 hour of the inner work. And I was like, what is the inner work? Because I will do anything
Hmm.
like to get 8 hours of work for one.
Hmm.
Like just teach me the inner work. And so it kind of went into this rabbit hole of like Abraham Hicks and figuring out the power of our subconscious mind and then learning about EFT tapping.
Hmm.
And the first person that I actually saw do EFT tapping was Brad Yates. He's like the OG. He's like the daddy Joe for meditation, but for tapping.
Hmm.
So like I guess a famous person in this space, right? But his YouTube is amazing. He has like hundreds of videos. I just started doing those and I would do them before I went to bed because right before you go to bed, that's when your subconscious mind is the most active
Hmm.
and I guess more the most like a sponge. So it's ready to accept what you give it. And I was dealing with heavy depression, lots of anxiety, just really unhappy. Woke up the next morning and it was easy for me to get out of bed.
Hmm.
Like I noticed a clear difference in my mood. I wasn't in my normal state of like dreading the day and thinking about all of the things I had to do. And I was like, if this is working, like I'm doing it. I'll tap on my face. I don't care how silly I look. Like this is helping me.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it kind of grew into figuring out how I could use it for manifestation instead of just getting the health benefits from it.
Yeah. So it sounds like that was divine orchestration for it to just kind of like come into your queue. Did
My
this
spirit guides are like, hey, you need this.
literally, did that drop in for you during your Saturn return between 28 to 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. The good old Saturn
I love how
return.
you know. I'm like, why am I surprised that you know this? Like, duh.
Oh, it's usually when like everything kind of changes. So I was like, wait. Well, I also feel too like it is like a known modality, but I don't know that it's as known as it could be because it's almost like so simple that you underestimate its impact and its value. And I feel like
Yep.
it's one of those things that can be easily dismissed for those reasons.
100%. I think it's one of those things where it's like you have to be in a place where you are willing to do whatever it takes to change,
Yeah.
right? It's like, yeah, like, oh, I'll just read this personal development book. Like that's where I started, right? Oh, I'll go to the gym, I'll eat healthy, I'll do all these things. Well, those things helped, but they weren't giving me the result that I needed. They
Mm-hmm.
weren't making me more confident or making me believe in myself more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started tapping and I was actually able to notice a clear difference and it was quick. And that was enough to be like, okay, we're doing this. Like, I don't care if I have to do this every night for a year. We're doing it and we're just going to see where it takes us.
I mean, how quick are we talking? Like, what are some of the benefits of doing this? Because, like I said, a girl is resistant, but like I know, I mean, I would love for you to get into maybe the benefits of, and even like lesser known benefits of tapping,
Yeah.
because I feel like I probably need to incorporate this into my routine, and I'm as resistant to it as I was when I started meditation. Meditation, changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you're resistant because your subconscious mind doesn't probably think change is safe, huh?
Oof. Well,
Yeah. Girl,
yeah.
you can tap for that.
Okay, so inner safety, some people are going to learn this about me. Can you tap for like deservability? Because I feel like
100%.
oh, okay, what would you do?
So you would tap on worthiness, right?
Hmm.
So, do you want me to do one with you?
Oh, are we going to do, okay, well, if you're watching
I'm like,
YouTube, are we doing this? Oh, okay.
like our cool little headphones look so fashionable right now.
Oh,
Um,
I don't really like to get vulnerable on this show. I have a lot of,
okay, we don't have we
okay,
don't have to do it.
okay.
But so basically, so most people do it for health benefits, right? That is like mainstream. That is what the research supports.
Hmm.
So it can lower anxiety. It can lower cortisol, reduce depression. It's being used clinically to treat PTSD.
Mm.
There's a ton of health benefits, right? People are using it for chronic pain. People will do my videos and say that literally took my headache away. I can't believe it. So there's clear health benefits. Research mainly supports that. Now, on the other side of it, where you get into more of like the manifestation and spiritual work, people are using it to reprogram their subconscious mind. I would say that is where the research gap is, and you really just have the anecdotal evidence. So
Hmm.
for some people who need research for 20 years before they believe something, it's not there, right? And they're going to call it placebo effect. But for people who are willing to try something and see how it impacts their own life, I have seen changes overnight from it. Like I've tapped on money blocks and expanding my container for what I can receive. And the next day I had the owner of my company increase my commission by $10,000 out of the blue,
Hmm.
like overnight. And I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. Another night, this one is one of the ones on my TikTok. It literally went like semi-viral, and it's genuine. It's me. I just gotten out of a float tank, so my hair is covered in salt water. I look just my like
Sorry.
I didn't bring girl. It was not. I'm like, of course this is the one that goes viral. I look like a clown. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, there's like rain splattered on my sweatshirt. I'm like being
Mhm.
dramatic in my car. My face is still red from being in that salt water. And I'm like talking to my phone about how the night before I was like, I tapped in all of these affirmations about how I'm the luckiest person alive. Everything's always working out for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. People go out of their way to help me. And the next day, so many things happened to me that I was like, this is fucking magic. Sorry if I swear. I'm not allowed to swear on this.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Woo, we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Um, so I literally, the next day I wake up, I go to Starbucks, paid for, free,
Mhm.
right? Person in front of me pays for it. Then I am on my way to go to this like float tank session, and I'm a little late because I have poor time management skills.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl calls me and she's like, "Hey, we're just so you know, like we're gonna bump your session 15 minutes later to accommodate you. Like, don't worry about it. Like we know you're a little late, but we want you to have the full experience." I didn't have to ask, right? I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. That's so nice of you." I get there, amazing session, get out, look at my phone. I have a surgeon that texts me. She's like, "Hey, are you around? I made you gluten-free cookies." I'm like, what is happening today? Like literally, then I get back in my car, or I leave the float tank place and it's pouring rain, and I'm like, ah, crap, because I parked far away because I can't parallel park. Classic girl problem.
Mm-hmm.
Classic me problem, really. And I'm walking, and a man with an umbrella and no raincoat walks by me and he goes, "Oh my gosh, do you want my umbrella?" It's pouring rain. I'm like, are you kidding
All
me?
in one
Like, am
day?
I all in a day? And then it keeps going. Then I get home and I'm walking my dog, and I live near an apartment complex. So I walk by and I see a girl that I've like met before who likes my dog Millie. And she goes into her car and she's like, "Oh, does Millie want this toy? It has a tag on it still. It's brand new from the store."
Wow.
I was like, in a day, a single day.
How long had you been tapping up to this point?
So general tapping, probably like a year,
Mm-hmm.
but specific tapping for beliefs, maybe like a week.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
Can you describe, like, say, because we have listeners of all ranges in terms of like, their process, where they're at in their spiritual journey. Does tapping in general help you to become more aware of what you may have to specifically tap?
Yeah, I think the more that you do the work, the more you're able to kind of receive what is ready to be released,
Yeah.
right? So at first, it was harder for me to kind of tune in and see, like, number one, how I was even feeling in my body because I had been so disconnected for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes as you tap, you'll have memories pop up that are related to the statements that you're saying. So
Oh,
like if you were to go, yeah, if you were
you're
to
just
go on
like,
YouTube,
I am worthy.
yeah,
You're
like
crying.
literally, I'm dead serious. Like Brad Yates, sometimes I'm like, God damn it, Brad, I'm crying because of your stupid script. And like you need to release it, but you wouldn't you wouldn't think of those statements sometimes. Like sometimes he just says stuff and it like you feel the tightness in your chest and you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's something there that I need to process. And like I clicked on this video for a reason, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like now I'm down that path.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes you'll feel it in your body. Like all of the times that I felt like I was an inconvenience and you're like, "Oh my God," like that was a huge one for me.
Yeah.
Inconvenient, people pleasing, my needs make people angry. All of those things were things I had to work through. But the tapping neutralizes those emotions so you can actually feel them and process them, which you have to do if you want to let them go for good. Yeah, girl.
Yeah. Well, to that point, because I want to go into maybe just like a basic, like how people can get started with EFT tapping. And that'll
Mhm.
be kind of like my next question. But before I get there, I just wanted to make this statement that so I just went through 15 months just about, but about 2 years of grief. But the 15 months were like the most challenging shadow work
Oh
I've ever
God.
had to do. Because I think the difference with the first one, like the intro to your spiritual awakening, is like you're processing a lot of like what people have done to you. At least this has been my personal experience. Whereas the second one, which I'm
Mhm.
calling my second spiritual awakening, and there's a couple episodes we just did on that. Listeners, go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. But it was more challenging because I had to face my own shit. It was like my own shadow, things that like I'm like, oh God, Gab, this is rough. But the takeaway is that like you just have to fucking feel it. You have to feel it. And in that process of feeling, you can transmute it and release it. But in that feeling, like you feel like shit. You look like
Yeah.
shit. You don't
Yeah.
have as much energy. So if there's any like, rapid fire, if tapping is going to get me there, I am for it, which is probably why my subconscious is so resistant to it. So what are some of the
Yeah.
ways in which someone can get started if they don't know where to start?
Yeah. Well, before I tell you that, first of all, doing that work is so brave. So I hope you're
Oh,
proud of yourself and I hope
oh,
you give yourself credit.
thank you for saying that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I've been trying to be still like you told me to, and it's horrendous. So I don't know how you did it for 15 months. Oh
No.
God, we're thriving.
We're
You're
thriving.
like, yeah, girl,
We're doing
you're
the
doing great.
most. We're doing great.
We are just doing great. Yeah, you are strong, stronger than you give yourself credit for.
Thank you for saying that.
Um, Okay, so if they want to get started EFT tapping, I started doing guided videos.
Mhm.
There's free ones on YouTube. Brad Yates is a great resource. I have free ones on my TikTok. It's at Rewire with Kelsey. If you go to the Tap with Me playlist, there's a bunch of them on there. I also have a membership program I just started called the Unfucked Inner Circle, so they can go in there. It is paid. So if you don't want to pay, that's fine. There's plenty of free resources. Another one is Demi Milbank. She is certified EFT on TikTok. I think she has like 100K followers. She has some pretty good stuff too.
Mhm.
So any of those would be great to start. Take the guesswork out of it. Don't worry about what limiting beliefs you need to tap on just yet. Just get into the practice of starting tapping, because just tapping is going to regulate your nervous system and give you those health benefits and get you feeling a little bit better.
Mhm.
And honestly, the safer you feel, the easier it is for you to achieve your goals and the easier it is for you to manifest what you want.
Yeah. Do you okay, so how soon, because I know that you mentioned you had done it for about a year and then there's specifics
Mhm.
that you can tap for, but like how soon did you notice a difference, I guess, just from that year and then the specifics? And then the second part to the question is, are there any negative effects of tapping?
Yeah. So as far as length of time, I would say it's really dependent on what your subconscious blocks are.
Mhm.
So when I use tapping to rewire my subconscious mind, it's typically when I want to manifest something or achieve a goal.
Mhm.
So I can use my TikTok following, for example. I started my TikTok page for EFT tapping in May, I think May 27th of this year, and I had 0 followers,
Mhm.
right? I also had the fear of being seen, the
Mhm.
fear of rejection, the fear of criticism, the fear of abandonment, the fear of failure, the fear of success,
Mhm.
some issues with safety and possibility, right? I didn't necessarily believe it was possible for me to hit 10,000 followers. And that's why I spent 5 years procrastinating ever posting online consistently. That's a huge one, I think, is the self belief,
Mhm.
right? If we don't believe something is safe, possible, or that we're worthy of having it, we usually don't take action towards it. We
Mhm.
usually procrastinate. We usually find ourselves self sabotaging.
Mhm.
So I had to clear a lot of those goals or a lot of those blocks. And then I would program in specific beliefs related to my goal. So get rid of the limiting beliefs first, so nothing is blocking you.
Mhm.
Then you program in positive affirmations, and you can take it even a step further and program them in as if you already have what you want.
Mhm.
Because when you're tapping, you're building new neural pathways, and your brain literally can't tell the difference between what is real and what we imagine. That's why meditation works. That's why visualization works so quickly. That's why vision boards work so quickly, because your brain doesn't know what is real and what is not. So you can program it in to believe that you already have what you want.
Mhm.
And when you do that, you open your subconscious mind or you open your brain up to possibility. And usually, for me, it comes in the form of being more creative. That's when I got ideas to post TikToks that went viral, that led to me getting those 10,000 followers. And this happened when I cleared those blocks, right? I did probably a couple weeks of that. When I went in and I focused specifically on the affirmations as if I already had it happened in 6 days. I went from 1,000 to 10,000 followers on TikTok in 6 days.
Wow.
And I was like, this works, dude. Like I don't care what anybody says, like this is crazy.
Mhm. It's and everything
Yeah.
starts in the unseen, that's for sure. Like all of these ideas and then also like being like almost what's the word? Primed for it to
Mhm.
receive. That the way in which you become
Yep.
primed is to like quite literally like release. They call it deconditioning, doing the shadow work, unbecoming who essentially you were never supposed to be is like
Yeah.
releasing that from your mind. That's when you're in a place to receive because um honestly it's kind of like even I guess dare to say people would say like you're becoming more aligned with like who well one who you were always supposed to be but your authentic self in that process.
Yeah. Higher self for sure.
Mhm. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to start tapping for like for real after this.
You're like, oh, are you sold? Are you
Ah,
sold on it?
no, I'm sold because I've seen other practitioners in this space like really rave about it, and I mean, I think there are people you can make money doing anything, and I think now more than ever because this space is so trendy, there are more charlatans than, and then until it becomes the next thing, right? But
Yeah.
there is validity to this, much like meditation, and of course, it's going to be tried. People are going to try to debunk it, especially those in the scientific space. But
Yep.
I think that also says a lot more about like their consciousness than anything else.
Yep.
And, you know, maybe some people aren't supposed to be awake, but I think when you get to places of like desperation, you're maybe not feeling your best, you're willing to try anything. So it's like, don't knock it till you try it. And I think,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sold. So can you lose weight tapping? Like, can you work on weight
Girl.
loss?
Yes. Okay, I did this. This is so funny. So I did this as like a test because
Mhm.
I was like, I wonder if it works for that. Like, if I truly believe that our life is a reflection of our subconscious mind, then if I just program my subconscious mind to believe these things about weight loss, won't that come true for me? I lost 12 pounds doing it.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
I have a background, I have a master's degree in exercise and nutrition science. Like, if I told my classmates this, I would get laughed out of my class. Like, they would be like, Kelsey, like, are you, like, how did you graduate this program? Right?
Yeah.
Because there's such a disconnect between the mind, but the mind is so freaking powerful. Have you, sorry, I'm going on a tangent now. Have you heard of the milkshake study?
No.
Okay, so this is like one of the first things I got into when I started posting my TikToks. I wanted to do like a proof is in the programming series to make people believe that our thoughts create our reality, but I wanted science to back it up because I didn't want people coming at me with hate comments because that was one of my
Because
blogs.
she's a reflector,
Anyway,
friends.
yeah, I was like, I gotta have the science.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's how I got started into that. But I found the milkshake study. And basically, it was done out of Yale University by a doctor called Aaliyah Crum. And she had two groups and she had the same exact milkshakes. Okay, so they're the same amount of calories. One of them was labeled as healthy and low calorie, like 130 calories, and another was labeled as like high fat and indulgent with a higher amount of calories. So participants had them on different days, but they switched which ones they had. Basically, what they did was they measured the ghrelin hormone. And ghrelin is a hormone that monitors hunger. So when you are full, ghrelin drops. Okay. Now remember, the milkshakes are the same calorie.
Mhm.
Okay. Same thing. They're just labeled differently. When they gave the participants the low fat, ghrelin didn't move. Okay. They weren't satisfied. When they gave the participants the high fat indulgent smoothie shake, ghrelin dropped.
Hmm. Hmm.
They're the same amount, the calories are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what they thought about the food they were eating impacted them physiologically and made them feel more full, even though it was the same exact milkshake both times.
Okay.
You're like, girl.
No, that's wild. Okay. It's
So
yeah, I'm like, fuck, what is everything? Okay, you came from a
she's
scientific
right.
background. This is just has me thinking, like, I feel like everything, especially like working in this space, it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck is actually real? Like, what's
Yeah,
real?
yeah. Your mind. Yeah, you can make it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like that's what I read that study and I was like, I've done bodybuilding. Like I have competed in bodybuilding where I'm starving. And that has a difference. Like that can impact my body, just my thought about the food. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how much easier weight loss could be for people if they understood that?
Also, well, speaking of bodybuilding, I saw that this one woman, um, I forget her name, but she literally ate a Snickers bar every single day in the process of
Yes.
like literally like she ate and she still won. She
So
looked
so
phenomenal.
Healy.
Yeah.
So Healy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she still won. She still hit the body fat. That's wild to me.
Yep.
Like,
If it's your macros.
yeah, exactly. Damn. Okay. So, what would you say to those who are skeptical? And do you feel like, again, going back to playlists and just accessing resources that are already available online might be the best place to start for someone who has like no basic knowledge?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So if you are a skeptic, what are you going to lose by trying a 5-minute video for free? Right? Like if you are at a point where you are struggling in your life and you want to change, why would you not try it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're truly ready for change, like you say you are, then you would probably try anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a free service and you get to decide if it works for you or not, why wouldn't you try it? So that's my first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second is go read people's comments under these videos. Like people will do, I have an EFT tapping for money video where like 300,000 people have viewed it and people comment and they're like, I did this one time. A lady from Canada, apparently the IRS equivalent is the CRA, commented and said, I did this yesterday, and today the CRA reached out to me and told me they recalculated my like what I was getting back in taxes, and it's $500 more than what I thought it was going to be. Then I had
Uh,
another, like, just like really magical things that like you just sometimes you can't have a real explanation for, but it's like, well, why wouldn't you want that to happen to you if it could happen from one video? Like, isn't it worth trying?
yeah.
I had another guy comment. He's like, I did this one time last week, and today I got a $1,500 check in the mail that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, like these are real comments. You can go look at them on my TikTok. These are real people.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? Like I've had a this is the last thing on a time of recording, last thing to do today for the most part. I'm literally gonna go stuff my face with ice cream after I eat my dinner.
And you're like, this
And
is healthy. This is so healthy.
well, I'm gonna binge your tickety talk. So I love it. I fuck with this. Okay, so wait, there was something else. Actually, oh, one more
Okay,
thing.
wait, I didn't answer your whole
Okay,
question. I'm
please,
so
sorry, I'm cutting
horrible.
you off. I'm
Okay,
just excited to talk to
no,
you.
I'm like, anyways, let me answer your question, not really, and talk about milkshakes. Okay, so yes, you can use this. You can use this for weight loss. I went through. Have you ever heard of body testing?
Yeah, body fat testing.
Okay, no, body testing.
Oh no, maybe
It's
not.
for the subconscious mind. Okay, so
No.
body testing is a way for you to directly access your subconscious mind. So a lot of the times we don't know what our limiting beliefs are because they're subconscious. We're not aware of them, right? But they're blocking us from taking action or getting what we want. So body testing is a way where you can access the subconscious mind and ask it yes or no questions to see if you hold specific limiting beliefs. So usually what happens is, oh, I have a trigger or I have a goal that I'm working towards. And then I write down like, okay, it made me feel this way. What could be causing it? And then I'll test the limiting beliefs and see what is actually causing this to happen in my reality. So when I was trying to lose weight, I was like, do I even feel like, do I feel like it's safe for me to lose weight? Do I feel like it's possible? And do I feel like I'm worthy of it? Because those are typically like the three main categories that your limiting beliefs are going to fall into. And my body didn't believe it was safe for me to lose weight. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? like like if I can rewire this and something changes, I am going to be number one irate because I've been struggling for a little bit about this, but number two relieved
Yeah.
because if tapping on my face can help me do this, like hell yeah, let's do it.
What are the lesser knowing like areas that you can tap for? Because I feel like lower vibe feelings like shame, depression. I feel like money, body weight, emotions. Is there anything that comes to mind where you're just like, wait, no one really like people don't know that you can actually tap for this?
Yeah, I mean, so as far as the weight loss, there's no research for that, right? This is my anecdotal evidence. This is my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Did the tapping magically make it easier for me to lose weight? Maybe. Or maybe it made it easier for me to take action and cook better meals,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like but either way, I did the tapping and then I lost the 12 pounds. So I'm like, it did something. I didn't change that much. I didn't start tracking my macros or anything like that, but it did create a change in my reality.
Mm.
Um, Tapping, I would say a lot of people use it to reduce emotional charges. Um, just like you mentioned, like they don't want to lack confidence anymore. They don't want to have anxiety. They don't want to have depression. Some people use it for phobias, which is really cool. I had somebody comment and say that they used this to get over their fear of driving.
Mm-hmm.
I've had somebody say they used it to get over their fear of flying. Somebody has used it to quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has used it to stop binge eating.
Mm-hmm.
And these are like not targeted people that I've worked with. These are just people that comment under my videos and are like, I've done this for 2 weeks and I'm not binge eating anymore.
Wow.
Like yeah, it's amazing. Like some of these comments, I'm like, these are unbelievable. Like this is so cool to be able to see. And like, if people are commenting, thank you for doing that. Please keep commenting because everybody else can read it too and be like, holy crap, this worked for them. Why wouldn't I try it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
You have nothing
Uh,
to lose.
Yeah, I think for most people, like EFT tapping for manifestation is maybe too woo-woo. Probably not for this subset of people that are listening to this podcast, right? It's like right up our alley.
Mm-hmm.
But for the general population, like if they see my TikTok, they're like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing on what are you doing on your face?"
Yeah.
They just wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, EFT tapping for manifestation, I think is like the new niche. So health benefits, getting over fears, reducing emotions, inner child healing. those are like all more commonly held methods or things you can use EFT tapping for, but I'm on the manifesting track now, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm trying to help high achievers who know they're made for more but find themselves procrastinating clear any resistance they have so they can take action. Because if you're feeling that resistance, it is because a part of your subconscious mind doesn't believe what you want is safe, possible, or that you're worthy of having it. Always. Every time I've had resistance or procrastinated or self-sabotaged, I've tested those beliefs and that's what's come back.
It's always the subconscious mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I'm over here like, okay, I'm going to tap for preventative wrinkles. I'm going to tap for no gray hair. I'm going to tap for
Heck yeah.
my future husband to finally show up. Where are you? All the
I'm
things.
like, shoot, maybe I need to start doing that.
Well,
Somebody asked me, they're like, can you make a tapping video for height? And I like haven't done it. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
I think that's, yeah, sounds like a genetic thing. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, maybe like at some point, you never know. This work is endless. Like maybe you'll get to a point where it's like you can't. I heard, so there's another psychic in this space that said like within the next 10 years time, and it makes sense with Pluto and Aquarius, which is we're not even a year into that transit at the time of drop for this recording. It'll be just about a year. And she was saying something to the effect of like DNA research, chromosomal research, basically altering DNA, having a better understanding of the DNA structure in general is going to be
Mhm.
highly advanced. And it's almost kind of like she was kind of implying that, like, oh, you want a baby with red hair, but both of your parents have dark hair. Okay. Like that's kind of like what we're headed towards. So I almost wonder if, like, where this research is for EFT, like what really can become possible in time. Cause it's like, God, the deeper you go down this work, the rabbit hole
Yeah.
just continues to go deeper and deeper. So don't knock it. Just keep open minded and
Yeah.
try EFT tapping. Oh, I didn't even okay, before I have you share where people can find you and all the things, and of course our notes. Um, well, your links will be in our show notes, but people don't even like we met through a podcast, basically. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we
A year
a
ago.
year ago, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so Kristen Such, she's the host of Alignment Academy. It's funny. Her and I are friends in real life, but like you wouldn't know that through our digital blueprint because you just
Yeah.
wouldn't. But anyways, yeah, we found each other through that connection, and now here we are a year later, which is so fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, you did my first reading. You're like, come back in the year. I'm like, girl, bet. So
No.
then we did.
And look at you now. You started a podcast, your own business. I'm telling you, that sound of
Yeah.
return is just a whole little portal.
Very different than a year ago for sure.
And you feel different, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah. And she has 35,000 followers on Tickety Talk, guys, in less than a year. I am so impressed. I
No,
will.
hold on. I'm
Oh,
at 38 now. Let's go.
okay. Okay. I'll have to update that on the on the show notes.
Like you can manifest that with EFT tapping, just so you guys know.
Yeah, you sure can.
You sure can.
Kelsey, this is so fun. Where can the people find you? What kind of one-on-one offerings do you have? Group programs, memberships, all the things. And of course, friends, please go check her out on Tickety Talk. I really enjoy her page. Rewire with Kelsey.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so you already nailed the TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
For the one-on-one offers or paid programs, I just started a monthly membership program. It's my lowest ticket, so it's $27 a month. But basically, they get access to an entire library of EFT tapping videos that are designed to remove specific subconscious blocks and areas they're working towards. So main buckets are going to be procrastination, self-sabotage, self-worth, self-confidence, love, money, health, stuff like that. Basically, you don't have to think about the limiting beliefs that you want to clear. You do a video and it's taken care of for you. And inside of that membership, we also jump on a monthly call and we all tap together, which is really cool.
Oh.
And then I also, yeah, it's my favorite. That's my favorite part. And then I also have one-on-one breakthrough calls. So you can do as many as you need. Some people do one, some people do recurring. It's totally up to you guys and your comfort level. But those are about 30 minutes and will body test specific limiting beliefs related to something you're working through. So it could be worthiness. It could be feeling like it's safe for you to have boundaries. It could be to help you stop with people pleasing or perfectionism, or it could be to attract love, literally whatever you want. But we body test specific beliefs to make sure we're clearing the correct ones on our call.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go home with homework to clear those beliefs or extra beliefs on your own.
Dang. That sounds like it's very powerful and impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because of the people that are going to watch my TikToks and actually listen to me speak, I attract a lot of high achievers that want change. I don't attract people that aren't ready to commit. So when I get to do those breakthrough sessions, it's very impactful, but it's not necessarily because of me. It's because the people coming are ready to work
Hmm.
and they're doing everything I ask them to do to the absolute best of their ability and they're open to it.
Yeah. Kelsey White, friends, the Joe Dispenza of EFT tapping.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what? I'm like getting like psychic downloads as you're speaking, and I'm just like, oh no, like this is something because it's not that explored. And like, I feel, and this, okay, so I promise we're gonna close out, guys. All right. So background. So I was talking to Angel Kelly, the Spirit Club host, friend, Grecian goddess, all the things. And she went to a recently, like it was like over a year ago at this point before she moved to Greece. But she was talking about how like she went to like kind of like this like fair, psychic fair. And what happens in this work, and it's a little bit of a tangent, but if you don't take care of yourself, your body, especially doing divination energy readings, you look like shit, you feel like shit, it catches up to you, right? You have to take care of your physical vessel. But they very much fit the stereotype, and it wasn't a judgment, it was an observation, it was a reflection where it was like they were older, they were a little bit heavier, they were holding on to other people's emotions, their shit that they, needed to release. And I feel like what I'm seeing with this like whole new age wave of spiritual practitioners come in because planet Earth is going through a wild ascension process is there's this really cool opportunity to do things a little bit differently, do things outside of the box, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, more available because we aren't limited to the brick and mortar because there's the online option and availability. So like I think you're in a really cool space, all this to say, to like really like bring attention to this specific modality with your background, make it cute for all our millennial Gen Z followers out there, and kind of
We're
just
Britney fans.
Britney fans. Oh God, play Britney, pobrecita. That's not my real Hispanic accent, just so people will know. But anyways, I just think that it's going to be really cool to see where you're at in another year's time, and then
No,
onwards.
don't worry. We'll be doing a reading.
We'll be doing
My
okay.
girl.
Okay, there we go. All right. So I asked Kelsey, I was like, Kelsey, my girl, do you want to interpret the card? So Kelsey's gonna do our card pull. I'm just gonna read.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I guess it's flying out. Okay. Kelsey, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
4.
Oh. What does this say about us? It's the divine masculine card, relationship to masculine energy in general.
We're calling in love. We're calling in love.
Oh, we're calling in love for okay. All right. Masculine
Like,
energy.
everyone's getting a boyfriend who treats them like a queen in the next couple months.
Oh, question. Can you tap, and maybe this is the message, can you tap for feeling safe with masculine energy?
100%.
Okay. Friends, Kelsey, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so glad that we crossed paths. Yeah, thanks for coming on, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being my first pod.
I know, how exciting! You killed it. And people, make sure to go check out Kelsey's pod too. Listed in the show notes. Okay, until next time. Bye.
Thank you.